Hey there, vcehhd students. My name is Andy. I'm a VC Health and Human Development teacher. In this short video, we're looking at not forgetting the key HHD rules and phrases for the vcehhd exam, and this is relevant for Unit 3 and 4 HHD for the 2025 plus HHD study design. Before we dive into this video, just a reminder, there's a range of ways to engage with Health Resources Hub. If you're on our YouTube channel at the moment, you can subscribe with the button in the bottom corner of the video there. That means you'll get alerts to all of our new videos as they come out across the year, especially in the lead up to the HHD exam this year. Got our website, the hhd.net.au, and there's been some new updates to that recently. So if you're a HHD student or teacher, please check that out. Also got our Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook pages where you can follow us and get alerts to our new videos and other opportunities, as well as SAC and exam tips and advice. And our email info@hhd.net.au if you'd like to get in touch. Okay, before we dive into this video, just a reminder, if you're a Unit 3 and 4 student and you're after some A+ course notes and practice questions, you can get same-day access by heading across to our website, and you'll see there is a student drop down that'll take you to this page here where you can fill in this form, and we've got course notes across all of Unit 3 and 4 areas of study. And so that's important concepts as well as the important glossary terms across all of Unit 3 and 4. We've also got easy, medium, and hard practice questions across all the different areas of study as well, and they've got sample answers, so that's all available on our website. Okay, so here we're looking at the key HHD rules and phrases that you need to make sure you're not forgetting when you head into the HHD exam. So lots of these we've touched on throughout different videos throughout the year, but I'm just kind of bringing them all together here as a reminder of some of those things that are often expected of you when responding to a particular question in the exam that might include some of these particular key terms or aspects of the course. So obviously the first one there, health and well-being. So if you see that term health and well-being, okay, in a question, but it's not specifically linked to a particular dimension, then you should be including one or more of the 5 dimensions of health and well-being as part of your response. And depending on the mark allocation in the context of the question, that gives you a sense of how many dimensions to include as part of your response. We've done some previous videos on this, so if you haven't seen those, go back into our archive from earlier in the year and have a look. Health status. So once again, if you see that term in a question, that means that you should be including one or more of the health status indicators. So they're things like life expectancy and incidence and prevalence and mortality, etc., as part of your response as well. And so that comes up across the course. There's lots of links that could be made to health status. So make sure you're across those indicators. The terms health and health outcomes, so they also often come up in questions. And so that encompasses both health and well-being dimensions and health status indicators. So once again, depending on the context of the question and the mark allocation, you could be referring to either or both health and well-being dimensions and health status indicators as part of your answer. If you see that term human development as part of a question, remember that you should be referring back to some of those phrases from the human development definition. So things like lead long and healthy lives, access to knowledge, enhancing capabilities. So make sure you go back and you make sure you're across those different phrases and how to incorporate those into a question that references human development. It mentions there if there are specific sustainable development goals included in a question, such as SDG 3 or SDG 1, make sure that you're incorporating more than just the name, okay, of the SDG as part of your response, but that you're linking into those specific key features or aspects of that SDG. So make sure you know more than just the names of the SDGs. If you see the term globally or global context or global health and well-being, for example, in a question, remember that as part of your response, you should be referring to beyond the individual. So you're talking about people worldwide or people in countries across the world. So including some of those phrases as part of your response can show that you're addressing that aspect of the question. And then the final one there, sustainability. So if you're referencing, okay, as part of a response, okay, a sustainability dimension. So that could be economic, social, environmental, or just generally referring back to sustainability, using phrases such as on an ongoing basis or now and into the future when referring to an aspect of sustainability, okay, can demonstrate your understanding of that term. So there's some phrases to think about incorporating into your responses. As I said, we've had a look at some of these in previous videos. videos throughout the year. So make sure you go back and have a look at our archive on our YouTube channel, where you'll get some more specific questions and examples for lots of these different key HHD rules and phrases. But that's a bit of an overview, just a reminder as you head into the exam this year. Okay, just a reminder, you can head to our website if you are after those course notes and practice questions. And there's also this revision questions book that I've worked on this year that's available at book.acevc.com. Okay, thanks so much.